So you want to strengthen your connection with your higher self and your guide teams. Well, let me tell you about my most recent clients who came forward with this intention. Actually, the first client did not have the intention of meeting their guide teams. The actual intention was to release some programming and receive the download of the next programming and install that. During this process, there was a point where my client was literally in a hole, and there was this being who was covered in this thick black goop. And my client, with my guidance, we cleared the black goop that surrounded this entity, and the client pulled it into the hole. So once my client rose out of the hole and covered the black goop, the being was then able to be identified as a fairy, and the fairy was like, hey, I'm here to join you with your team on your next steps of what that client was bringing forward. Super powerful. Now, my next client did book with the intention of strengthening the relationship with their higher self and also to find, meet, and get to know their guide team a little bit better. So when the higher self came forward with the name of integration. And then it was a very super powerful session. My client got to know 5 of their spirit guides plus their higher self. Later, because it was a package of 3 sessions, on the last session, it had come forward that my client, all on their own, after that first session, was able to move the relationship with their higher self to where they actually got their real name. Sometimes that happens. We'll get a name, especially if it's something like action-based, that the higher self will drop in as what needs to be done to fulfill the intention of the client. So both of those were super powerful. And if you are looking to strengthen those connections, hit those buttons, hit my link tree, and let's talk.